Hi, welcome to the next video. As I promised, I said I'm going to do a show around the living room. So let's get on with that. So we're going to start with tank for the beginners. I'll just switch over. So you remember this tank we've done the scaping on? We spoke about the bios and what have you. So that's all nice and settled down. A bit glary on the light, I'm afraid to say. We've got some neons in there. I'm really sure of neons. A couple of balloon mollies in there, and then I've got some male pistograms in there. And down the bottom, cleaning up, we've got panda koi. There's also a couple of the orange gobies that I've moved over into that tank too. So it's looking very good. All natural, all these tannins. The tannins come from off the wood, and the tannins are actually like an antiseptic for the fish, and very good for their fish's health and everything else in the tank. Keeps everything nice and spick and span. So, next, let's go to the 5 foot. The 5 foot at the minute has just done a clean on the filter, so you see there's a lot of muck floating about. Well, I've just turned the filter back on, but that will clear itself. But yeah, so we've got our angels in here. There's one of the angels. There's a black angel in there, like at the back there. Sorry about the colour of the water at the minute. That's a rainbow, Papua New Guinea rainbow, I believe, that one. And we've got on the tetras, nice big adult ones. We've got 3 yo-yo floaters. There's 2 of them there, another one hiding. Oh no, the other one's amongst over here. You can see him in the weed there. There's also flying foxes in here, a ruby shark, a couple of plecos, and the woodcat. Oh, and the scissor tails over there hiding. Scissor tail tetras and a couple of, as you see in there, leopard danios. That's what's moving about in the back there in the muck, and one of their flying foxes up with them for some reason. At 6 foot, 6 lid tank. Remember the one with a big lump of wood that I had to chop about? Well, this is just looking fabulous. There's one of the big plecos I got from a lady in Belfast because they were getting too big for the tank. And there's the second one. Both of them have grown quite a bit since they come to me. Got my blue acaras there, literally blue acaras. And then a couple of Salvinis. 2 at the back there, and 1's there. Then we've got the giant danios up there. And while I was netting them out, the other 6 foot, I managed to catch one of the Guanzali tetras, so he's in there on his own, bless him. And then we've got the featherfin caras there. And we've got the Denison barbs over here. And the other featherfin cara. And then we've got the Synodontus featherfin catfish that I rescued from another lady. I've got 3 of those from her. And she was also passed away. There's 3. That's one of the smaller ones, funny enough. I think that might have been one of my originals. I did swap a couple for a couple of other bits. That's another story. And then underneath there, at the back, I'll get it without my reflection, is a Colombian bumblebee catfish. Just sitting and minding his own business at the back there. So yeah, that scaping's looking quite good. Back off so you can see it. Everything's nice and clear. Again, all the tannins, and looking great. So that's them ones. So let's go to the other 6 foot. I've turned the light off, so I'll just turn that light back on. This was the original 6 foot, the community tank 6 foot. So now in here we've We've got a shawl of flame tetras just there. We've got a couple of black widow tetras. I've got 4 of those. A couple of pearl gouramis in here. A couple of kissing gouramis in here. A couple of blue 3-spot gouramis or Cosby gouramis, but without the mottling in here. And then we have the golden gouramis in here too. Then we've got a different array of pencil fish in here amongst the weed. There's 2 in there. The harlequins there, and the larger one there is I believe shiny is what they call those, if I remember rightly. Then we've got a few Serpé tetras there. We've got a couple of large penguin tetras, and then we've got some more younger Buenos Aires tetras there. There is one big one in here, or 2 big ones in here somewhere as well. What else do we have in here? There's more shinies there. The actual pencil fish, I've got golden pencil fish, I've got red pencil fish, and there's 3 striped pencil fish as well in here. There's one of the 3 stripes at the back there. He swam off. Well, he was there by that little rainbow in the back there. Oh, there they are. There you go. There's 3 striped pencils there now. Yeah, I don't know why they're called 3 stripes. They don't have 3 clear stripes on them, but they're only juveniles, so perhaps that might come on a bit further. I don't know. I've never kept 3 stripes before. I've had the red pencil fish and the gold pencil fish, but never the green. Never the 3 stripes. And obviously we've got our cleaning crew in here. We've got bronze cories there. A group of those in there. Some with long fins, and some got like a laser line on them. So they're like a laser cory, but they're actually an offthrow from bronze cories. So I've grabbed them. I've grabbed 4, hoping I've got a female amongst them, so I can actually start breeding that line on its own. Of course, we've got a black-tailed shark in there. Red-tailed shark in there. People think these are aggressive, but they're only aggressive for in a small tank where they can build a little territory and guard off with everything else. But in here, you don't really bother much at all, to be quite truthful. We've also got some albino crocodiles in here. I think there's only probably about 2-3 of those left. There's one of the bigger Colombian tetras, and there's one of the bigger Buenos Aires tetras just going through the back there, coming back round now. There he is. We've also got in there, as you can see in there, we've got the polka dot loach. There's 3 of those, and then there's an L500 pleco in here, and a king tiger as well somewhere in here. But there's that much bogwood and hiding places that it's hard to see those, because they will graze on the bogwood anyway, and that's what the bogwood's in there for. But again, plenty of plants on this tank, keeping the water nice and clear. And the more plants you have, the better the water condition, because they're eating all the bad bacteria as well as you filter, and they help to prevent algae, funny enough. And again, the tannins in this one. We've got some vallis there growing along the top, really long giant vallis. We've got the fountain grass, which is the fountain plant, which is this one here. And then we've got different crypts on there, the red one there, amongst the other grasses and all. It's Sag Sabuta. What else have we got in here? We've got I can't remember the name of these longer plants, but they're another crypt, these ones as well, of sort. And then we have the Java fern. And then we have a crypt that is actually an epherbite, so it lives on wood and rocks and not in the soil. And we got Nubises, young, small, petite Nubises. We've got Nubis nana in here, and I believe it's quite a few Anubias. I think I've got about 4 different types. We've got the really small leaf ones down to the slightly larger leaf one there, and there's even bigger leaf ones in there as well. But only little pieces because I keep cutting and making cuttings for the other tanks, which is my bad. And then we have the, what's this one called? This red leafed one here. It's, I want to say Landfera, some other Fera. Can't remember now. There you go. That's old age for you, isn't it? So there's that. All looking good. Again, all the water's tanned. All the fish are healthy. So let's go down to what was the goby tank. We've still got 1, 2 gobies in there. There's one on the glass end. Male better as well. He's a fantail. I'm not sure what sort of name this one is, according for his coloration. We've got Venezuelan Cory in here. But fun enough, I put a couple of sassy snails in here as well, and some clown loach to devastate the snails a bit. So in this one we've got the Ritola there, plant wise. Then we've got little star grasses, a little bit of Sabutia, and then some crypts. And then up there we got the Boos, Landra, a little bit of oxygenated plant. Again, I've been taking cuttings all from there, so I've got that in several tanks. And then again on top we've got the floating hyacinths. And we go to the third tank, which is a bit grubby at the minute. I haven't got no glass cleaning type fish in there at the moment. I'm going to get some Pandagara to go in there. Oh yes, I've got a Pandagara in there, which works to treat keeping that glass clean. But as you see, this one's a bit murky on the glass. So I've got a couple of young yo-yo loaches in there. Again, tackling the snails. We've got pepper cories, and we've got red phantom tetras, and again there's a male betta in there. And again we've got the larger leaf crypts, the red leaf crypts, a little bit of Java fern, baby ones in there. I think there's a little bit of boost on that as well somewhere. And there's the hydrophilia, and again the Ritola there with a small leaf which goes like a pink colour. That's that tank, looking a bit grubby, but hey, can't all look fabulous, can we? Sometimes we look a bit ourselves, a bit raggedy. So now, onto the barb tank, which was the one we done with the big azalea root. So, and that has come along so lovely. It's crystal clear. The azalea roots put lovely tannins in. And in this tank we have ender guppies by the probably a number, somewhere near 100 with the babies and all in there. We've got some zebedanios in there. We have 2 swallowtail mollies, as I call them. Some people call them lyre tails. Other places I've heard them call them harlequins. Well, that one was half red and half black, is now virtual red. And I've got a black sailfin one in there as well. And then some babies. We've got one of the red lizard catfish there, whiptails. There's 3 of those in there. And then we've got the 5 barbed barbs, or 5-stripe barbs. We've got the cherry barbs, and at the back, down the back there, giving that camera away, is the gold barbs. That's the tanks on in there. Oh, and again on that one, we've got stir-by corridors in there, and L91 in there, Echo, helping keep the place clean. And like I say, the 3 of the red melting whips. So yeah, it's going on nicely. And with this one, I've got the polygon in there, which is like a bulb one. And then I've got a few grass of young Vallis, giant Vallis. There's some giant Vallis at the back there. And again, we've got a Hydrophilia there, and the crypt, another crypt, another crypt. And then we've got the Anubias, I can't remember the name, it's the one with the long stems there, coming on very nicely. Another piece of it there. And then we've got the smaller Anubias there, a little bit of Java fern, a bit of Boos, a bigger leaf Java, Anubias, which I believe is a Nauna. Another Anubias at the top there. I've gone Anubias crazy in this one because of the lump of wood. A few little pieces of crypt and Java fern, and a little bit of Anubias stuck in there. And then again, there, Java fern, and again another Anubias there. Oh yeah, it's helping to keep it lovely and clean, as you see. And algae free. I do get a bit of algae on the grass. So that's that tank. So we've got one more tank, and that's the female better tank. Well, I've got this growed out tank at the minute down here. It isn't scaped. That's got another male better in it. It's got some long-tailed gold leopard barbs in there growing up. It's got some pygmy corridors in there growing up, and a couple of baby Venezuelan koi in there growing up, and then a few little Galaxy Rasbors in there as well. But they'll all come in the next few scapings. I've got this tank escape, but this tank escape, and this little smaller tank escape which go on that one. So plenty of scaping to come. And then we've also got this little tank here for scape here. Excuse my hand. So then we come to the female better tank. We've got the female betters there. It's one of the older ladies, just hiding in the weed. And the other one of the older ladies over here. There's a little red one in here, young, quite young. It's hiding in the weeds here. Probably have to come over the top of that one. Oh, it's shut off. She shut off. So we can see her now. So she's there. And there's a silver, very metallic silver with black pieces on there, in there as well. Excuse me. There's some tetras in here. Some Julie's koi, shrimps, and as you see, infestation of snails going on in this tank too. This tank hasn't got as many plants in it. It's got a bit of the Elogia densa. It's got the Hydrophilia going a bit mad. A little bit of the Rotola there. Some more Rotola at the back there, clump a bit. And then again this Boos, which is just 2 long thin pieces. It seems to just grow in long strands that and not do much more. Then we've got some younger crypts, some more sage grass, and here and there we've got a bit of Java moss just floating around Plus, I haven't really scaped this tank for a long time. It's just been moved and moved and moved. I've got a nubius there on the end of that bit of dogwood, which is just been thrown back in there after I was trying to get snails. That's why it's at the angle like that. And down there is a piece of Java fern, as you see. I've got to remove that piece into position a bit better than it is. And then we got the one last tank, which is the male, which got a little bit beaten up because he was in with the pistogrammas who used to live in with, and suddenly they decided they were going to start beating on him. So he's in here, healing away. His tail's starting to come back slowly, but we've got a long way to go yet. His tail was 3 times as large, in fact, but he's cycling to come back quite nicely now. Yeah, hopefully he'll pull down and there'll be a lovely fish in another 3-4 months. So let's talk about indoor plants. Indoor plants, as you know, my go-tos are peace lily, devil's ivy, which I have in several places. More devil ivy here. Also got monstera in this one. Up here I have a mixture of different plants that don't mind being sat in waters. There's like this lovely one here, I think it's a calafia or something like that. Someone will tell me what it is. Got the peace lily. Got this one here, which is some sort of philodendron. And I've got this lovely finger-like leafed one I bought the other day. Can't remember what it's called. And then we've got some of the normal date palm, or some people call it the filter palm. It does well in the top of your filter. And all these plants are helping suck out all that bad bacteria. We have another philodendron there, and we have this one here, which I can't remember the name of it, to be quite truthful, but it's this sort of shaped leaf, and they go red as they get a bit bigger, as you see down the bottom here. Again, someone will put me right on what the plant is. And then at the back here again, we have some more of that fern, of that spiky fern, a bit more of the devil's ivy. And to the front again, we've got some more of this one and some more of the philodendron here. So all helping. Going to come down again. We've got the devil's ivy, and you can see these were little cuttings last time we spoke about the plants, and that's now coming up around and off up the pipe. I've put another one of them in here, and the philodendron below it. And that's the root mass. The philodendron and the calla, whatever it is, have only just gone in there, so they take a little longer for the roots to turn over, but they will. Then at the back there, we have another piece of the philodendron and a cheese plant, again, monstera. It's just starting to get a few of the fingers in its leaves. So again, all helping with the filtration. And again over there, we've got a variegated rubber plant here. The devil's ivy there. And I've got a Chinese money plant, as they call it. And another one, the calafia things there. And in this one I've got the large philodendron. If you remember when I first see this, there was only about 3-4 leaves on it. Oh, look at that now. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Number 16 is coming. So this plant's loving it in here. Again, we've got the devil's ivy, and that's coming right up behind the light, round and across. Got another peace lily there, the calafia there, more devil's ivy, cheese plant. All these plants, house plants, just wash the dirt off them. Yeah, make sure they're ones that don't mind sitting with their roots in water. The water will change, the roots will change to water ones rather than mud ones once they're in there for a while. If you don't wash the mud off, you'll get ammonia spikes and nitrate spikes from the dirt. So make sure you wash all the muck off the plants before you use them. Yeah, okay. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you again on next caping. Thank you. Goodbye.